Oh, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess, and the apple doesn't fall far because I canceled physics. Physics can eat a dick. I'm walking upside down from now on. But while you're admiring my new haircut, we're going to ask ourselves one simple question. How good can an $8 knife actually be? And it turns out pretty damn good if you know what you're looking for. So, a while back, I did the first season of the Super Budget Showdown, and that was a whole series on finding the best knife I could for under 15 bucks. There is a playlist. If you haven't seen it, I'd love if you checked it out. I put some time into that one. But this right here took first place. And this is a Duratech knife with no brand name, but let's take a look at what we have here. So we got these textured G10 scales that look fantastic in my opinion. You've got a pocket clip, which is tip up, and that is the Lord's carry. You've got an axis lock and thumb studs, and this one has a party trick. You can centrifugal open it. So this thing really did great for me. It beat out the rest of the knives. There was another one that was close by Crescent Tools, but this thing, it took the whole sheboygan. And this one was 15 bucks. But while we were going through all that, somebody pointed out there was a liner lock of this knife. And this is the liner lock version. So you've got the same G10 that's textured really nicely. I love that texture. You've got thumb studs, another tip-up pocket clip, and I remind you, that is the Lord's carry. And your flipper tab, so let's flick the bean. You got about 3 inches of blade. Both of these are 8CR13. You got your liner lock right here, and you can shake it shut with a little bit of effort, but no centrifugal flick. And, the ACR13 I'm not that bothered by. My live streams, I've been learning about these steels, and 8CR, if it's heat treated right, you can push it through 4 hours of non-stop cardboard cutting, and it's still going to hold an edge. It'll cut, but it won't cut nicely. That's 4 hours of wear and tear, but, if you're in a light use environment, that's going to get you where you want to go plenty easy. So, I carried this one for a week. And the carry comfort was all right. This edge right here on the end of the scale is not broken down nearly as well as this edge on the scales on this one. So when clothes shifted around and stuff wasn't as protected as it was, this caused a mild irritation. Nothing too bad, but it was noticeable. And if you're new here, I carry in the waistband because at work I have 0 extra pocket space and I have to be dressed business casual. So that's the only place it can go. But, this thing, it carried well enough. Just like this one, it cut well enough on the plastic wrap on pallets. And again, if you're new here, when you cut through the plastic wrapped around a pallet, if you got a decent edge, it'll blow through the middle where there's all the layers. And when you get down to the bottom single layer, that last layer, if you've got an okay factory edge, it'll cut, but it's going to pull on it. If you've got a great factory edge, it blasts through it like you're cutting water. This one pulled on it a bit. The factory edge wasn't necessarily the best. Certainly good enough, but not the best. Let's take a look at some copy paper. And, this is, I don't know how many takes on this I've tried to do so far because I couldn't get the right take, but a fresh sheet after the other one got shredded. Let's flick the bean. So it's definitely a good enough factory edge. The cut's a little bit loud, and it's got a little texture on the edges of the cut. So for 8CR13, this is comparable to, give or take, 2 hours of pushing through cardboard on a good factory edge. So, I mean, for the price, not bad. And I did say this is $8, and I fudged that just a little bit. I got this on sale at Christmas, but right now it's on sale for $9.99. And I will throw that in the description in case you want to check it out yourself and you're on the hunt for a budget knife. One other thing I really like about this, or really 2 other things, you've got a full flat grind on the blade, and a lot of knives down below, down below a certain point, maybe below 30 bucks, most of them have a fairly deep hollow grind, which makes it cut like crap when you're going through cardboard, and it takes a lot more effort to push through than you should. But the full flat grinds I'm starting to get really attached to the more I carry them. And your blade profile is basically a drop point, and the drop point is my favorite EDC knife for just all purpose. So I did use this for small tasks at work, cutting the plastic off of pallets, cutting signage apart, breaking down some cardboard, and just like this one, it handled it more than well enough. The edge, of course I didn't push the edge retention, but this is going in the box for the live streams. And if you haven't been on one of the live streams and checked it out, basically a 20-sided die picks the knife out of 4 that I set out. So this is going in the box eventually to get picked, and we'll see how it's going to do. We know what 8CR13 is all about, but the ergonomics I definitely want to check out, especially, how I grip these things. I'm learning that this channel right here on the back of the knife, the way I'm holding it, this part of my finger rides in that, and I'm developing a pretty hefty callus right now. But, there's not a whole lot else I can think about to say. This is what I would consider a fantastic travel knife. And for me, a travel knife means that when you leave the house for a couple of weeks, you just pick up one knife and you carry that. And with this one, I'll be happy with that. Totally happy. And at $8 or $9.99 now, if I lose it or it gets confiscated or I have to do some kind of cut that tears the blade up, I don't care that much because I can get another one. They're cheap. But, this is kind of what this channel has evolved into, is me looking for diamonds in the rough. These oddballs right here that are really cheap and are really, really good. This is definitely one of them. I've got other knives in the $10 range, and I can't think of a single one that does better than this. This is a lot better than knives I've paid around 50 bucks for. And if you've seen some of the stuff that I've checked out, the Sativian ST155 is close to 50 bucks. Complete garbage. The CJRB Tigris, that was another 50 or 55 bucks. That really wasn't that good. So for 10 bucks, you can beat stuff like that out and, not break a sweat. It's going to be 8CR, and that's okay for me. It might not be okay for you. And the 8CR and the cardboard slaying test didn't do as well as D2. It did not do as well as AR RPM9, but still plenty good. So, yeah, this will definitely show up on a live stream later. And, I can't think of a whole lot more to say about this thing that I haven't already said. This thing blows so many other knives that I own out of the water. It was a fantastic bargain. It's still a fantastic bargain at $9.99. And, yeah, so all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys keep coming in. I am so grateful and humbled by it. It's humbling you guys are watching this and getting something out of it. You new guys that just came in, thank you so much. We are pushing towards 1,000 and that 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We've got one of my all-time favorite budget knives that I've ever found in there. And we've also got 2 of the G10 knife kits with a G10 blade. So if you want to show your kids how to put a knife together, or you got someone that's kind of blade averse, that's a good call for them. Comments. I love a bit of feedback. So I know some of you guys have bought this based on the recommendations from this. Some of you guys have gotten the Axis lock. Some of you guys have gotten the liner lock. So I'd love to hear what your experience of these things is like. Or let me know what you think about what you're seeing here. And, it's going to be interesting seeing this in the live stream. But all that being said, y'all have a nice day.